channel. We are back in the lab, and today our main mission is to replace the power steering high pressure line. It's right there, as you can see. Even with the flashlight on it, it is seeping through that clamp. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that out. Hopefully it all goes well. This will probably be the last time I use this. Probably gonna just go ahead and convert it to a stainless steel line, just to eliminate this issue. But yeah, so fun times. Let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is disconnect the actual high pressure line from the system. And in order to do that, we need to remove that fitting right there. And also, when you do replace your high pressure line, you also need to remove the sensor, which is in the center. So right now we're going to go ahead and do that. It's kind of hard to do. Alright, so we got the car in the air. 2 jack stands underneath. Always work safe, guys. So right now, that is the culprit right there. Shine the light on it. I did this the last time, and this was hard to take off. Like, no joke. This thing did not want to come off. So I'm gonna try to do this by myself. A friend of mine helped me out the last time when I did this. So let's see how this goes. I'm hoping I'll be able to break the seal. But yeah, all we can do is try. So I need to get a vice grip of some sort. Alright, let's get to it. Okay. Yep, it's leaking alright. You can tell. So shiny. Alright. So I don't have the bracket that holds it anymore. So that makes it even harder because now it's, I can't really maneuver it with both hands. I actually have to hold one end and work the fitting. So you have to give it our best shot and see what we can do. Hold this one for sure. Of course, spacing here is really tight. That makes it that much harder. That seems like it's good. Oh, I hate doing this. Alright. So. Right tight. Left. So. Right. Oh, hell yeah, got it. Woo! Yeah, over the years when you build up that pressure, this thing just, sort of almost wants to keep itself shut. So, now it's gonna leak. All right. So we got that one out. Hopefully it doesn't leak too much. Depending on how long it takes me to get to the auto parts store, I might need to get myself a brand new ATF while I'm at it. So, oh, here it comes. Just do its thing. Now we gotta unbolt the banjo bolt from the actual power steering pump, and we're there. So let's come back up top. Alright, so that guy right there is the power steering banjo bolt. By the way, how it looks like right now, since I am using the T28 style coolant line that comes right off of the water neck, I might need to loosen up the tension on the power steering pump itself, rotate it down so that when I back out the power steering banjo bolt, it doesn't collide with the coolant line. So Alright, so that right there is the power steering tensioner bolt. That allows you to create the tension on the power steering belt. And the one beneath it, or it's like adjacent to it, that guy right there is the swivel. That allows you to actually rotate the actual pump itself. So for me, in my instance, I got to undo both so that I can rotate the power steering pump downwards away from my coolant line to the turbo, so that I can remove the banjo bolt on the power steering. So next on the list, those two, and those two right there are a 12mm. Well, there it is. It's undone, as you can see. It's kind of hard. I can't get the light on it, but it's leaking now. So yeah, right there, as you can see, ATF fluid all over. So invest in a drip pan, guys. It works. Before dropping the high pressure line, I recommend you undoing the connector to the power steering sensor, the high pressure sensor. It makes it easier to undo this sensor, because it's not that easy as the other connectors on the 240 as far as harnesses go, without having to fight the weight of the high pressure line as it's dangling down and you're trying to remove this sensor wire. So just have the high pressure sensor line supported, and then remove this, and then drop the high pressure line. Alright, so when removing this high pressure sensor connector, don't go ham on it, because it looks kind of simple, but it's not. What you want to do is you want to lift this tab up, and at the same time where you're lifting it, you separate the harness. This is the lock right here, so that's the way how to do that if you don't know how to do it. Alright, so once you got that all finished up, I'll tell you the sizes right now. The banjo bolt's a size 24, it's a 24mm, and the high pressure sensor is a 19. And the tensioner bolt is a 12. The way how I did it was I had to remove the tensioner bolt, rotate the power steering away from my coolant line, because my banjo bolt was butting up against the coolant line, so I wasn't able to get a wrench on it. So once you remove that, just keep in mind you have two washers that belong to this banjo bolt that you need to replace. Before you drop the power steering high pressure hose away from the vehicle, I recommend you breaking the 14mm fitting right here, and before you drop it, I recommend you undoing the harness, so that you're not fighting the weight of the high pressure line as it's dangling down and you're trying to remove the sensor. So I recommend you removing the sensor before dropping the line. And then once you're all done with that, you have to separate the pressure sensor from the line. What I did was I just put like a vice grip on this end here, and then I put a wrench on this end, and then I pushed downwards to break that seal. So there it is. And then installation is reverse process. So before you install the pressure sensor, just go ahead and replace this 8mm inner diameter O-ring on the actual sensor itself, and then you screw it down and you're good to go. Next we got to do the fitting, but I think what I want to do before I put that is secure the banjo so that it holds the weight, so that I can just maneuver the fitting into this line. So we're going to put the banjo first. Don't forget, when you put the banjo in, you need to use brand new washer that should come with the replacement unit that you got. So it'll go washer on both ends, so it'll be the bolt, then the washer, and then you have the fitting itself, and then the washer again that goes to the power steering pump. So don't forget to do that, or you're gonna be leaking out and you're gonna have to do it all over again. Alright, so everything's buttoned up. Banjo bolt is now tight. The 14mm fitting for the high pressure line is tight. All I have to do now is connect the high pressure sensor, fill up the system, bleed it, and we're back on the road. So there you have it. Now we've got to do is fill up the power steering reservoir with ATF. It's recommended to use ATF on the Nissan. I know it's a power steering, but ATF is what they recommend. So fill it up to the top. You want to start the car, and then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate your wheels to full lock on each end, and then you want to just make sure that you get all the bubbles out. And then whenever you see that the power steering reservoir runs low, fill it up again. So basically you're going to turn the wheel all the way to the right, and then once it stops, you want to give it like a 1, 2, 3, and then you want to rotate it to the left, and then give it a 1, 2, 3, and keep doing that. And as you do that, you want to keep an eye on the levels, so that the level goes down, you fill it up, and you keep doing that until all the bubbles are out from the reservoir top right there. The main thing you're looking for is when you're doing this after you do your power steering is that when you rotate, you don't have any leaks from the banjo bolt, or you don't have any leaks coming out from where the fitting is inserted on the power steering line. You want to make sure that there's no leaks. Looking butter. Let me go underneath it real quick. I just gotta touch the bottom of that fitting. No, not right now. We're all good to go. Power steering done. Yeah, man. Alright, so we just finished up the power steering high pressure line install. It all went well. Hopefully this helps for the guys who do have leaky high pressure lines. Hopefully this this tutorial will help you do that. It's not that hard. But yeah, till next time, deuces. Hype is for the moment and style is forever. Close it out. I just kicked my... Really? See, we got background drivers right here. I don't know.